Hello, welcome to the first Wigan Watch of 2023. You'll have noticed that there was no sound to the new intro, which, to be fair, at the time of filming this, I haven't actually made yet. But anyway, don't worry about that. If you want to have your voice on that, then send me an email with a short video clip. Doesn't have to be of your face, preferably it wasn't of your face, a wall, the floor, whatever, of you just saying Wigan Watch. If I get multiple versions of it, I will sit them all together and see if you can spot yourself in it. If you send me an email, you are allowing me to use your voice for promotional purposes on the channel and also on Wigan Watch. So yeah, that's it. What's been going on? Well, Demolition should be recommencing now after the holidays. So take a look at that and I'll show you something, if anything's different from what it was last time I had a look. This is what's going on at the moment. They're separating the metal from the rest of the rubble. Remember, this is going to be the car park, as and when. This bit here is going to be demolished by hand because of obviously people going past to the walkway and everything. But yeah. Also, I've been looking at outside the town centre at various different things, including the proposed Eckersley Mill development and what's going on at Wigan Pier, and also my alternatives, including my alternatives for this lot as well. I'm at Wigan Pier, as you can see, and these houses here, apparently all 8 of them, are being occupied in the next few weeks, although it's not specified whether or not they got the amounts that they were asking for originally, whether they're being sold at reduced amounts or if they're actually being rented to people, or if it's the council who's putting people in there temporarily. But either way, they're all going to be occupied soon. Bear in mind they've been there for a couple of years at least. I'm amazed they've not been vandalised, but they've been there for a couple of years at least, and no one's even, well, I've never seen anyone look at them. So Wigan Pier proper, I've heard that the guy who's running all this has said that it's going to be finished this year. However, the finish of it, i.e. whether it's poshness of it, if you want to look at it in basic terms, may be less than what they originally planned, but at least it's going to get finished. And you're like, that actually makes sense because everything's gone up in price. You know, raw materials, workmen, fuel, everything has gone up in price. So whatever you thought you were going to pay for this lot is going to be considerably more now because of the war in Ukraine, inflation, just general stuff that goes on. So as long as it opens and it's decent condition, I think we could say that that is job done. However, it got me thinking. Here I'm at Eckersley Mills, which it's been announced is going to be redeveloped. Now there are 3 mills on this site. You've got that one over there, which is the one well, over there. You've got that one there, which is the nearest one to Wigan Pier, and then you've got another one which I've lost. Oh, there it is. And you've got another one which is actually hiding behind that building there. Now, a developer has said in the last 24 hours or so that he's going to convert one of these mills, I'm not sure which one, into an office complex, a work site, and a massive food court on the ground floor. And you're like thinking, yeah, that's brilliant, but we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Wouldn't it make more sense to convert all these buildings into apartments? It's worked before. Trenchfield Mill, a success story of apartment living and conversion, as well as obviously the buildings that they built at the side of it. Wouldn't it be easier to sell apartments in an environment like this rather than a town centre? Although it's interesting to note that some of the things that they've done as extras have failed. So just keep it simple, just keep it apartments. You can see here other things don't work apart from apartments. These units here were meant to be retail and no one's ever been in them at all. There's only Domino's at the other end. So like I say, just keep it simple, or make that parking underneath a building if you're building buildings like this. Now Wigan Council is determined to build 8-storey building here of apartments for people. And let's be honest, if you're going to buy an apartment in Wigan, Would you sooner buy one here at a very busy junction opposite a college, or would you sooner buy one at Eckersley Mill or other areas that are not in the centre of Wigan? The old hotel here next to Walgate Station, that was converted to apartments. Some are still to let, but still better use of the space. Where else would be suitable for apartments that's currently not being used for anything? This place next to Walgate Station as well. The old Grand Hotel and the Coops building. Next to the Tudor, you've got this row of 3-storey houses, none of which are occupied. Now these could make amazing social housing apartments or homes of multiple occupancy. Yeah, I've been watching Homes Under the Hammer. Or even student accommodation for the college, which is directly opposite. And of course Pagefield Mill, although when I spoke to Lisa Nandy about a year ago, she said that the council don't own the property. To be fair, they don't own many of the properties I was on about, and this one is beyond repair because there's like holes in the roof and everything. If that is the case, then knock it down and build something. Give the people who own these properties grants, or give them loans. At least give them planning permission to make these into apartments. Can you imagine anything nicer than having an apartment that overlooks the park rather than a busy junction? The old tax offices converted to apartments overlooking the park. The Griffin Hotel, look at the state of it. Sacrilege. Something's got to be done before that falls down. Now this is near enough opposite the Griffin, and I never knew this existed. But again, prime development site, along with that building in the background. Closer look at that building. If the building can't be used, then let's use the land for something. Again, listen, it's peaceful, right in the town centre, but you wouldn't know it. The old Maxime's building, selling apartments there from £132,950. I wonder how many they've sold. Be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? What we need to be aware of is that money's tight, things have gone up in price. 135 million was what was quoted before inflation, before the war in Ukraine, before fuel prices just went stupid, and everything has to be shipped over from China because we don't make enough steel in Britain to actually build this. So wouldn't it be better to halve the size of the development and then hopefully get it done, and then get people to use their places that they've got, their buildings that are currently empty, as apartments or social housing or something like that? It'd be cheaper, and it'd also fill the town up, because we've got quite a lot of buildings that are in need of some kind of development or redevelopment, or even knocking down and rebuilding. The galleries wasn't one of them, but it's too late now. One irony of the pandemic that no one saw was that town centres are getting busier. I mean, that's actually quite busy for, well, a normal Thursday in Wigan Town Centre, in the rain. Who knew? No one's going to cities anymore. Towns are the new cities. Right, we're at Millgate Car Park, which is the one next to the old Debenhams, behind the Grand Arcade, and it is shut until further notice, which is bizarre considering we've lost 600 odd parking spaces from the galleries car park. So that's it then. Don't forget to subscribe, and also check out last year's and the year before's Wigan Watch and this year's Wigan Watch playlist as well. And I'll see you next time. Until then, bye.